DOGE has never been authorized as a government unit of any kind and is exercising financial decision-making that the Constitution vests exclusively in Congress. Accordingly, every decision that DOGE has made and is making is illegal and unconstitutional until and unless ratified, or more properly, authorized in advance by Congress. Trump's disdain for the constitutional limits on his authority have plunged this nation into a full-fledged constitutional crisis.
Who in this room knows somebody that is on a Medicaid program? Almost everybody raised their hand. In Indiana, there are 1.8 million people on Medicaid. 1 in every 6 adults between the ages of 19 to 64. 3 in 8 children, 40% of the births in Indiana are covered by Medicaid. 2 in 3 nursing home residents, 1 in 6 Medicare beneficiaries, and 1 in 3 working age adults with disabilities. Medicaid is vital. It is so important for Indiana, and it's so important for our country. For the Medicaid expansion, for every $1 that we put in, the feds give us $9 in return. That is a 900% return on investment. That's a great deal. Right now, that's at jeopardy.
There's a level of irony that Women for Change was founded after the 2016 election, before the first Trump administration came into office. It feels like deja vu, and yet actually we find ourselves swimming against even stronger tides. It affects us, it affects our communities and our families. We care about voting in elections. I put some materials out there. Be aware of the SAVE Act. The more you're hearing about this is an effort for voter suppression, and many of us will not have passports every single time you go to register. Even if you move down the street, you'll have to bring all that documentation with you. We believe in economic mobility, child care, elder care. Women step out of the workforce more to take care of aging parents. And Maslow's hierarchy of needs. If we're not safe and secure, how can we be productive? How can I contribute to the economy? And that's where we land with some of these executive orders, because women and girls in all their diversity are not safe.
To become an officer in the United States Marine Corps and a member of the United States Senate, you had to take an oath. Let me respectfully remind you of those words. I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Senator Young, the U.S. Constitution is under attack. This president is abandoning our allies and embracing our enemies. His actions are unconstitutional and likely illegal. Judicial orders are being ignored and mocked. Senator Young, my question to you today is this: what are you going to do about it? When are you going to stand up to this?
My name is Sarah, and I'm a constituent from here in Indianapolis. And my husband and I were blessed with raising an amazing trans daughter. And her entire life, she has been accepted in this state and in this country and in the city of Indianapolis. Her village has been amazing. They've lifted her up. They've lifted us up. And we've never felt so good about where we've come and what her future looks like until November 5th. And now we're afraid. I'm sorry. We're afraid when we hear terms like eradicate. And she's turning 21 and she's getting ready to fly. We need you to help her fly. Thank you.
My name is Roy Steinhardt. Senator Young, at least your staffers may be familiar with it, as I've been calling your office quite often. I've come here tonight with 5 questions, because I'm choosing to hope that you will protect our union like Lincoln did and have compassion like Jesus did. 1, why did you vote no on the amendment to the continuing resolution that would have restored the jobs of veterans who were illegally fired by DOJ? Number 2, why did you change your mind on your confirmation votes after a private meeting with Mr. Musk? Number 3, why did you have time to go to a Pacers game with the governor but no time to be here with us tonight? Number 4, why are you refusing to protect the power of the legislative branch, and why are you silent on Trump's current intimidation of the judiciary? Number 5, this should be pretty simple. It's a yes or no question. Do you believe in our constitutional right to due process for everyone within the U.S.? So, I would say thank you for your time, but you're not here.
On March 14th, the New York Times published an article entitled "Trade War Retaliation Will Hit Trump Voters Hardest," reporting that Indiana is projected to be among the largest losers in percentage of jobs impacted. 290,000 is 8.4% of the total number of jobs in our state. Similar numbers are reported by the Indiana Fiscal Policy Institute. Please remember, Senator Young, each one of these jobs represents a hard-working Hoosier supporting his or her family. My question, Senator Young, what is your response to this tariff issue that your president, who you support, what are you going to do about it in the short run for the people of Indiana? Thank you, Senator Young.
In my veteran circle, there is a lot of people very concerned, very concerned about losing their health care, losing the jobs. At the VA, one of my friends, their appointment got canceled because their mental health provider got fired. I've called Jim, I've called Todd, I've called them all. I am not okay.
I know that you are one of the principal sponsors of the CHIPS and Science Act. It was my understanding that your reason for sponsoring the act was your knowledge from your military experience that the United States has incurred a significant military vulnerability with only one facility located in Taiwan. Last week, our revenge-minded president in the State of the Union address demanded the revocation of the CHIPS Act because it is one of Joe Biden's corrupt projects. To date, you have not stood up in defense of the act. My question to you tonight is why not? It is time for you to regain your spine and stand up for the principles you espoused when the people of Indiana sent you to the Senate.
I'm an 80-year-old woman who still works part-time because Social Security isn't enough for me. But I'm not here just for Social Security, and I certainly don't want a $5,000 check from DOJ. I'm here because I grew up knowing this was a melting pot. And I believe that many cultures, many religions, many languages, many colors, many genders make us better. They don't harm us. I'm standing here for veterans, for the Voice of America, for USAID, for the National Institute of Health, for the Department of Education, for NOAA, and the EPA. I'm asking you to find your backbone and stand up to Trump.
I'm Dr. Valerie McCrae, and I tried my best to take one of those seats. And I'm here to tell Todd Young, if he does not vote to impeach Donald Trump, I'm coming after that seat.
Hate is not making America better. I'm here with a veteran who's worried about losing all his benefits. I'm worried about the LGBTQ community. I have been attacked in a store. I had breast cancer several years ago. I don't know if they thought I was trans or what, but I was verbally attacked. And they seem like they're getting really bold. Hate is not helping. And also, I wanted to address women, Black, Hispanic, Medal of Valor recipients. The links are being taken down. As a former Marine, how are you not helping with that? How are you not speaking out against that? That's it.
Good evening, maybe, Senator. I don't know whether you're having a good evening because you're not here. Have you ever had an autistic meltdown? I thought not. They look different for everyone, and for me, it can only be described as a primal state. It's effectively experienced in the third person. No words, just white, hot anger. I haven't had an episode in over 2 years because of the support I've gotten from the community and health professionals. You confirmed Robert F. Kennedy Jr. as the Secretary of Health and Human Services. This man wants to reevaluate mental health medications. Well, the only reason I'm here today for you, Senator, is because of medication. Without that, without medication, I die. Thank you.
There are so many issues I want to talk about. And every day on the news, there are stories about women who die because they didn't get the health care they needed, or they were sent out to the parking lot until they were near death or were sick enough to be treated. That can't happen in this country. My children, my sons, who are in their 30s, almost 40, have a gay dad. And I need somebody in the GOP to face them face to face and tell them why their dad doesn't deserve to have rights. The GOP is making people afraid of an indoctrination boogeyman that never existed. Thank you.
Good evening, absent Senator. My name is Laura Baugh. You will not recognize me because when I went to DC to your office, you were curiously unavailable then as well. I don't have time tonight to discuss immigration, censorship, the firing of the National Archivist, which tracks our voting, because apparently we won't need to vote anymore. So let's skip morality, ethics, culture. Let's just focus on money. I'm a small business owner. My last order, I had to pay hundreds of dollars in additional tariffs. These tariffs were never going to work, but they're especially not going to work in this case because there is no comparable manufacturing in this country. So I have to eat that out of my margin. That's money that I will not be spending with other American businesses, or I can upcharge my customers with money they're not going to be spending with American businesses. Zero wins all around. But wait, I also have an agricultural interest. After the dismantling of U.S. aid, the reneging of federal contracts with USDA, leaving farmers high and dry, by this point, you have simultaneously, amazingly demonstrated that not only do you have zero respect for me as a person, you're also too scared to face me, which is pretty amazing. But when you're ready to have an adult conversation, please, I would love that. Thank you.
Senator Todd Young, you don't know me, but you've heard from me. And like the rest of the folks here, you didn't really come back with anything that connected with my questions. Nothing, not at all. And my point is, I will probably babble, okay? But the major concern for me is this country was founded for we the people. Our founders would be absolutely beside themselves that this atrocity is taking place. So why the hell are all our senators and congresspeople cowering to a man who has no integrity, no honor, no principles, no decency, 6 bankruptcies, he accosts women, and let me get to the point that you're all from immigrants. My folks were immigrants, okay? They struggled to get here for that better life that was promised. Everybody came here trying to get a better life. Very few of them were actually malicious people, okay? The bottom line is you have used and abused and come up with spin tactics to confuse and trade on bullshit. The country is better than this, okay? I want to make clear my opinion. Separation of church and state was the smartest thing our founders did. Absolutely. Bottom line, for me, I learned through the years, as you grow up and meet new and different people, that everybody here was created by the same source. I don't care what you call him, be he Jesus or Beelzebub. The bottom line is the one creator created everyone here. So get over your concerns and have a heart for the first time in your lives. Why do you have to step on somebody to feel good? I want you to protect and defend this country, to stand for honor, decency, and integrity, for the best for everyone, because we are better if we work together.